Good evening and welcome to the second round of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship of the News Conference. As Virginia Tech, the number 1 seed in the Blacksburg region, defeats South Dakota State, the 9 seed, 72-60. South Dakota State will join us first on the day as a 29-6 record this season, a season that included 22 straight wins. I'm joined on the days by head coach Aaron Johnston, Maya Selland, and Haley Timmer. Coach, an opening statement.
Well, congratulations. Thought Virginia Tech played really well in that game. Their first half, they were really good. We weren't good enough in that first half. I thought we settled in as the game went on, and we played well and gave ourselves a chance to be, in the game and be competitive. So congratulations to them. They're certainly very deserving and have had a great year. It was a difficult, challenging game because of the opponent and how good they are, but really appreciative of the atmosphere. That's what you want to play in, and that's exciting. And the reason I can say that is because we get to play in a lot of those. A lot of people out here maybe don't follow us as closely. We play in front of some really good fans back home. And so when I say I appreciate that, it comes from a place of knowing what that means, and I know our players understand the value of that, and so we appreciate that being here. I'd also say, too, that I'm just really proud of our team. There's nothing else that they would have had to do this year for this to be a better year. Had we won another game, 2, 3, 4, whatever it would have been, they would have been more wins stacked on top of what was a great year, and that's hard to have those great years come to an end. But really proud of our Jackrabbit group and certainly our seniors who were fantastic for us all year. And I wish it didn't come to an end today, but we were beaten by a really good team, and congratulations to them. And like I said, really proud of our group as a whole.
Thanks, Coach. Just a reminder, there is to be no videography here in the press room. State your name and affiliation when you receive the microphone, and we'll start with the questions for the student athletes. We'll start with Mark in the second row.
Mark Ovenden from Dakota News Now in Sioux Falls. I don't know what you and Paige said to each other at the start of the second half. I saw you both smile and say, all right, we got a whole half to go here. What was said, and how proud were you of how you guys came back? Because you made a great effort there in the second.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what was said, but just that with this group, we never feel like we're out of it, and we had nothing to lose. We had 20 more minutes to make the most of it and, try to claw our way back. And I'm just proud of the way we fought back in that second half. And obviously not the result that we wanted, but just proud of the way we battled till the end.
It had to be tough seeing all those three-pointers go in from everywhere to start the game. That's got to be deflating. The fact that you did come back is pretty admirable.
Yeah, I think that's just something about this team this year. We just never felt like we were ever quite out of it, and believed in each other till the very end, and something that I've appreciated of this team the whole year.
Haley, how did you guys kind of just weather the storm when they were making all those three-pointers in the first quarter and first half?
Yeah, I think one thing this team always does is stay together and trust in each other, and we knew we could get the job done in the second half. Obviously, it was a big hole to come out of, but I think in the second half we knew what we had to do, and we believed in each other to get stops at the three-point line.
Maya, you had a couple, an open three here or there, or a missed layup, those kinds of things. Do you think tonight, over the next couple days, you'll think back to a couple of those missed opportunities and wonder what might have been, or do you try not to do that? How do you think you'll think of that?
Yeah, I think we're all competitors. We'll definitely lose some sleep over a few plays, but like AJ said, this is a great program. It's a great team. They played great tonight too, and so we'll try to have to let those go and just kind of reflect on the whole season. But yeah, we're competitors. I'm sure we'll lose sleep over a couple of them.
Let's go to Ian in the third row.
Hello, Ian Sachs, KELOLAND Sports. What's one or two moments what are you going to remember most from this season?
Let's start with Maya.
Oh boy, I think just the people that I got to do it with. I think they mean a lot to me, and I think we mean a lot to each other. And so I'm grateful to be a part of this program, but just more grateful to who I got to do it with and who I was alongside the whole ride.
How about Haley?
Yeah, I would say the same. This team is special. This culture at SDSU is special, and I'm just so happy to have gotten to play with Maya and the other seniors, and just going to miss them so much.
Coming back to Mark.
Making me cry. What was it like to play in front of this crowd? Because I even sitting on press row, it was like Tom Neiman and I looked at each other and said, "This is kind of fun." What was it like?
Yeah,
start
it
with-
was. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
It was fun. I mean, we're lucky enough to kind of get this kind of atmosphere back home in a few different venues, and so we've been a part of it. But it's always fun to be a part of a crowd like this, and there's just so much energy in the building. And even if it's not for you, it's still just energizing and just fun to be a part of.
Haley, what was your reaction?
Yeah, it's fun to play for a crowd like Maya said, and we get that at home a lot, but I think going against the opposite side of it was fun too, just to have that noise and energy.
Go to Andrew.
Maya, coming into the game, nobody really kind of counted you guys out. What does that say about this program, that you're leaving it off, on a good foot?
Yeah, I think it just speaks to the consistency of this program and just kind of the culture that we've been building and the success that we've had here. And I'm so excited for the future of this program. There's so much talent here and so many good people, and yeah, I'm excited to kind of be a fan now and just watch what they can do.
Second one.
So you guys really kind of struggled from beyond the three-point arc. Was there anything that Virginia Tech did that made those particular shots difficult, or was it just something where it just wasn't your night and they just weren't going in?
I think we were getting the looks we needed. We just weren't able to knock them down. Obviously, they can be pretty aggressive out on the arc, but I think it came down to us just not hitting shots.
Additional questions for the student athletes. Congratulations on a great season. Safe travels back home, and you can head back to your locker room. Reminder that the South Dakota State locker room will be open till 7:42. 7:42, open locker room for South Dakota State. We'll open it up to questions for Coach Johnston. We'll go Matt in the second row.
Aaron, as well as Virginia Tech played and as well as you guys played, do you come away from a game like this feeling like your team is capable at some point of beating a #1 seed in this tournament?
Oh, I think so, for sure. And that's not a knock against #1 seeds. I just think that's more of a belief in our program for sure, we just didn't get off to a good enough start, obviously. I didn't think our plan early on, now in hindsight it's easy, was probably good enough. And so those are hard to, walk away from as a coach. But they shot it really well, and that was tough. And we made some adjustments. I think we settled in a little bit better defensively. But if you're going to be #1, the bottom line is you got to have some things go your way, and you got to have some things kind of go against them. And they shot it so well in that first half that doesn't go our way. I do think we had open looks that weren't easy. They defend and they fly at you, so they're under, duress. But we didn't make enough of them, So we didn't really have things early on go our way, and things certainly went their way. But in the second half, I thought we were really resilient and settled in. And honestly, we played really good basketball, probably for the last 24 minutes, I really thought, We had chances to make it closer for sure, good looks that would have changed kind of the feel of that game. But to their credit, they made some really big shots, early and late. They had a couple of daggers there where it felt like we were getting back into it, and that got the crowd going and turned the momentum again. And that's what I mean. And that'll be true of any team, not just South Dakota State. Whoever's going forward in the Sweet 16 after that, some things are going to have to go their way, and some things are going to have to go against their opponent. That's just what it takes at this time of the year. So it's really hard to over-evaluate, because you should, and we should think about what we can do better. But ultimately, this time of year also has a lot to do with just that simple idea.
Okay. Mark.
You had said yesterday how you're going to have to play better on offense than you did on Friday to win the game, but you shot only 37%. What about their defense made it a tough shooting day for you?
Yeah, again, I think we did miss some very makeable shots, but I do think their length, anytime we play a team at this level, length is a difference. It just is. And that changes things. It changes things for our post touches. It changes things for our perimeter players, and it impacted this game. But I thought we got good looks. I think we turned it over maybe 8 times in the first half. I think we only turned it over 3 times in the second half, so we were a little more efficient there. Took us a while to, again, I think I tried to do a little bit too much, and we were just better in our motion stuff, and after we got settled off in that, I think we were better. So, yeah, I just think their defense was good, plus we didn't shoot it well enough.
We'll do Mark and then Jimmy.
I asked the players how much fun the crowd was, but it really felt like the crowd did make a difference at the beginning of the game in terms of the confidence maybe that Virginia Tech had, and then maybe a little overwhelming for your team. Was that a fair assessment?
Yeah, it's always hard to know. I mean, again, I think it goes back to making shots, missing shots. They're making shots, we're missing, so that becomes a focus, and the crowd does get into it. If we have a couple of things go our way, maybe it is a little bit different. But yeah, I think crowds absolutely impact games, no doubt about it. Our crowds at home impact our opponents. When we go on the road and play in front of these crowds, they impact us. So yeah, and that's, I think like our players said, it's still fun. I wouldn't look back on it and feel like we want it differently. But yeah, I certainly think the emotion in that building impacted both teams, and that's what you want. That's what it's supposed to be.
Jimmy.
Jimmy Robertson, Associated Press. You guys played a difficult schedule and played a lot of good teams. How good is Virginia Tech? Is this a Final Four caliber team?
Yeah, I always I'm not the comparison person. I always get hesitant with that because there's a lot of people out there listening. They're really good. I would say that for sure. It would not surprise me if they went on and played in a Final Four and advanced. They shoot the ball really well. They shoot it like that tonight, and they're going to beat a lot of teams. They're good enough defensively. They are so good in their spacing and so good in their execution. They're a really good team. So nothing would surprise me with how far they go. I think that's fair to say.
Additional questions for Coach? Go to Ian in the back.
Hi, Coach. Similar question to what I asked the players. When you reflect on this season, what are you going to think of most?
Yeah, I just think you always think about the people, Time runs out on games, but time doesn't have to run out on the relationships, and the people. And you can enjoy that and take that and move forward with it. But unfortunately, sometimes the games don't go on as long as we would like. But certainly you remember the people and just how, they came together and I thought really got to the best version of themselves. We had some things in this game that didn't go our way, but I don't know that I'd go back and say we didn't, play tough enough or hard enough or compete or we just kind of let it get away from us. That was, in a loss, a good reflection of the kind of togetherness and toughness this team has played with, all year.
One more.
AJ, I should probably end it on that, but just you outscored them in the second half. What did you get going in the second half? And you had to do a lot of that mostly in the half court.
Yeah, I think, again, I think we settled into a better defensive plan that I just wish we would have gotten to sooner, and that's hard. But so I think that helped. They weren't getting as many good shots. They certainly missed some open ones in the second half, but in the first one I thought they were all just rhythm threes, and that's kind of on us as coaches. On us. And then in the second half, I just thought we started to get to the rim more. We got to the free throw line. We got more aggressive going to the basket. Again, we just ran more motion stuff, and it seemed like we were in a better rhythm there than some of the sets we were trying to do. So.
Coach, thanks for your time. All weekend long, safe travels back to Brookings. Reminder, the South Dakota State locker room is open until 7:42 tonight.